let's go for a test drive. I am in a 2025 GLE450 hybrid. There has been a lot of talk about the hybrids lately, and I think you should drive with me again. We've done this before. All right, so I've turned it on. It started in full hybrid mode. Let me bring up the energy meter so you can see what I'm looking at. Started in full hybrid, so only the battery is on, no engine currently. I'm gonna get a little air and off we go. So I'm gonna go on my normal test drive route, and I want you to see how the power changes as I flip through some additional options, okay? All right, we're off. This particular vehicle is equipped with the Pinnacle package. I'm not sure if you can see it, but the head-up display is on. You can tell a head-up display by this cutout in the dashboard up here. So if you are looking for something that has it, that's an easy way to tell from the pictures. So notice the battery is currently powering all of the wheels. I have no RPMs, which means the engine is not on. My displays can be changed to be a million different things. I can bring this up. Let's make this sport just for the prettiness of it. There's been a lot of talk about the hybrids in the last couple days. We do expect that the way they are incentivized will be changing in the next 90 days. So incentives are currently increased. This is July 2025. So that we can sell our inventory before they don't qualify for those incentives anymore. So if you're hearing a lot of talk about them, that's why. We're gonna go straight for one more block. All right, so we are cruising. The thing people tend to love about the GLE, whether it be the hybrid or the gas variants, they stretched the wheelbase a little bit on the last redesign, and it's a very quiet, very smooth, very stable ride. Feels very car-like, but you get a nice upright seating position like an SUV. The GLS is a very similar vehicle, but has the third row of seats that the GLE doesn't have standard, but can have optionally. All right, so I'm gonna change my drive mode. I'm gonna move myself into sport, which is going to immediately kick on the engine. So now, instead of just the battery powering the vehicle, the engine is now powering the vehicle. Truck in the road. Hold on, let me move. There we go. And so now we just have a little bit of power coming from the engine. Completely smooth, completely seamless. If I didn't know it wasn't happening, I wouldn't know it was happening. And we're going to accelerate. So the reason the GLE450 uses the 450 number instead of the 350, the 350 is a 4-cylinder, as is this vehicle, is that the additional power from the battery makes it act more like the 450, more like the 6-cylinder. Does that make sense? So they gave it a bigger number to represent the additional power that it has. All right, we're gonna come to a complete stop here at the red light. Good choice. And when we do, I'm going to engage the hold braking simply by pressing firmly on the pedal, and hold popped up right here, and now I can chill. I'm trying to be a sport, but really I'm a classic. So let me put that up. There we go. All right, so you've gotten the idea of what's going on over here. Consumption-wise, charging-wise, you can see it, we're at 41%. We've got 22 miles of range remaining, and it's currently allowed to charge to 100%. Its max charge capability is 56 kilowatts, so you don't need to go to a 300 kilowatt station to charge. There's no reason to do that. Most of my hybrid customers simply plug in at home when they get home at night, either level 1 charging or level 2 charging. Level 1 charging gets you 1 to 2 kilowatts per hour, so that would charge this car in, I don't know, 10 hours, if it was 0. And level 2 charging would get you 8 to 9 kilowatts per hour, so that should charge this car in 4 hours, again, if you were charging from 0. So that has been the way most people are using their hybrid, and then they get, give or take, 50 to 60 miles of full electric range on any given day. And then whenever they need it, the engine kicks on, and we have gas as well. I'm going to switch back to electric mode, and as soon as the car is ready, it will shut off the engine. The hybrids do occasionally want to run the engine, so you don't have to worry about that. Even if you primarily just drive in electric mode, the car will occasionally turn the engine on and run a full cycle to keep itself healthy. I've run across that a couple times on test drives, which is annoying when you're trying to demonstrate its electric capability. So now I am at 0 RPMs and I am in full electric, and if I accelerate past the point the battery can handle, it flips on the engine to give me the additional power. Get it? All right. And we are going to exit now onto Boggs Road. If you are looking for a hybrid of any sort or any other Mercedes-Benz, this is my home at the corner of Boggs and 85 in Gwinnett County. All right, what other features are important here? The cameras. Hold on, let me come to a stop and engage the cameras. These are so good. You can see exactly where I am on the road. Am I centered? And then it has a geotag right here. If I press that button, this position is saved. So like if there was a curb I was unsure about right here, or my coffee shop, or my driveway, or you know, my neighbor's house where I'm always just about to hit their car, you can geotag the location with the camera, and this camera will come on automatically each time you get there. You of course have your normal camera angles, front, side, etc. Makes sense? Cameras will go off at 9 miles an hour by themselves. I don't have to think about it. This is wireless charging, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. This car has 2-zone climate control. There is an additional climate control you can get for the rear system. Again, GLE. This happens to be the macchiato interior. This is the leather steering wheel. This is the one wood we call brown linden wood, maybe, with the gloss. There's also matte finish woods as well. So the camera turned off. Hopefully we make this light. Our pre-owned building on this side of the road, by the way, is under construction. They're all over in the new car building now if you're looking for any of your pre-owned favorite people. All right, so again, when I exit the highway, I can accelerate just a little bit here. Speed limit's 45. We're good. We're well in the range. And it kicked on the engine to give me the additional power that I need. So the hybrid is completely seamless. You don't have to think about it at all. And if you were to never charge this car, it would work just like a gas car. So again, nothing to worry about, best of both worlds. You get all of it. Again, we will engage our hold braking, and we're chilling. The Mercedes-Benz gear selector that you are familiar with is the same in this car. I hear that our next electric is getting a change to this system, so look for that. I'm sure I'll never be able to grasp it. And we are turning, because it is hard to adapt to the changes once you're comfortable with it. All right, we are back at Mercedes-Benz of Atlanta Northeast. I hope you enjoyed that hybrid test drive. Let me know what questions you have. Should we also go drive the GLC hybrid? Same experience, I promise. All right, this is Jessie at Mercedes-Benz of Atlanta Northeast. Thanks for test driving.